let's quickly take a look at this thing that's been popping up, and people want my opinion on it, and we're gonna take a look at it. We have, speaking of Runicks, actually, I know that's a topic we don't talk about very often, so I feel like we should maybe look at it like really quick. It's usually Runicks are something that we don't really talk about on the channel, so people wanted my opinion on this, which is Stardust Runick, which has been popping up at like some French regionals over the last couple weeks. And this is what it looks like right off the bat. There's already a couple cards that I have no idea what they do, but we're just gonna jump into the, I hope it's in English. It doesn't look like it's an English video, but it's fine, we're still looking at it. Yeah, we'll take a look at it and see how it goes. It's got some interesting cards here. It's using Stardust Synchron, Assault Synchron, which I'm always down. There's a couple cards I need to look up before we go into it, though. Let me see. Yu-Gi-Oh card database. I will say one thing. I do think Runick cards, at the moment, they are decently well positioned in the format. I think there's a couple of really good targets for Freezing Curses, Flashing Fire, and Destruction in the Snake Eye deck. Like, Destruction on IP Masquerena is pretty good. Freezing Curses on Flamberge or IP Masquerena is pretty good. Flashing Fire on IP Masquerena is pretty good. You say this every format? No, I don't. Like, that's genuinely, that's just cope. That's just chatting. You're yapping at the moment. Like, that is not true. I've said the very opposite in multiple formats in the past. All right. Card search. Then let me see. Samsara Dragon. Samsara Dragon. This card can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a dragon monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a level 5 or higher dragon in your grave, add it to your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can tribute summon that monster. So it's like a mini Seyfert. It's like a mini Seyfert that adds back a level 5 or higher dragon, and then you can summon it. It adds back a Bestial from your grave, essentially, in this list, I think, is all that it does. I mean, all that it does. That's all right. Gets you back a Bestial. All right. What else do we have? We have... What is this thing called? Something with C. Converging. Oh, Converging Wishes or something like that. Hold up. Converging Wills Dragon. That's the one, not Wishes. Okay. Converging Wills Dragon cannot be used as a synchro material except for the synchro summon of a majestic monster. This card's name becomes Majestic Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. When you draw this card, you can reveal it, special summon it from your hand. Then, if you control a level 8 or higher dragon synchro, you can special summon a level 1 dragon from your deck. Okay, so is this just a high roll card? Like, you're trying to draw this with Fountain? Or do you have a way to guarantee it? Arrive in Light puts it to the top. Okay, hold up. Arrive in Light. Arrive in Light. When this card is activated, place a level 1 dragon from your hand or deck on top of the deck. Neither player can return Stardust or a synchro monster that lists Stardust in its text from the field to the extra deck. If a synchro monster is special summoned, you can apply one of these effects, but you cannot apply the same effect of Arrival in Light again this turn. Draw a card or special a tuner from your hand. Okay, so you're placing it on top, and then you need to perform a synchro summon to draw a card. Is this searchable? Stardust Synchron. Stardust Synchron. Okay. Okay, gist of it. Just in case any of you have already looked into it, am I getting this right? This is basically Runick Synchro, like any other Runick Synchro deck out there. You're trying to draw a Runick plus Stardust Synchron. And you're like, this one seems to be a brick. Let's call it a brick if it's not ideal to draw. This one seems to be a brick. This one seems to be a little bit of a brick. This one is a little bit of a brick. And Omni Dragon also seems to be a brick. And then Assault Synchron is okay, I guess. Am I seeing this right? It's like you have 3 tuning, 3 Stardust Synchron as your pairings with Runicks. And then you have like the some engine requirements. Right? Arrive can place from hand. Yeah, but that's still not good. That's still not good. But okay. All right. Yeah, let's look at it. I'm gonna have my food while we look at the deck. I mean, we have the list already. I guess we can check if it's the same.
Salut à tous, on se retrouve avec Edouard le Prez qui finit 5ème WCQ de Rennes en jouant le meilleur deck, le deck de la secte BDSM Runick.
Eh oui, BDSM Runick.
Est-ce que tu peux nous montrer un peu ta masterclass en fait, c'était ta création à toi?
Oui, bah,
Subtitles? I mean, I can generate French subtitles.
Elle ressemble beaucoup, mais on a un peu plus d'insight que c'est le Prez.
Exactement. Alors, 3 tuning en ulti, c'est très important parce que ça se propage.
Ouais.
En fait, voilà. Et après, c'est pas très important, je crois. Souvent, si tu haches, tu finis, t'es un connard. Donc voilà.
C'est pas une partout, donc vas-y, tu haches. Si tu haches tuning, il y en a un deuxième qui arrive.
Exactement. Stardust, le boss du deck, c'est ce qui fait tout fonctionner. Hein. Pourquoi? Parce que il va te tuto des cartes. Hop, Runick, et là. Activation, ça stack un dragon niveau 1. Le dragon en fait il va tuto le bélion. Bon, je vais raccourcir les trucs, mais tu verras dans la combo plus tard. Ensuite, en deuxième target synchrone, on a Assault. La carte est incroyable. Elle te permet de donner une deuxième omni à ton board. Et en plus.
You guys can stop spamming like French words in chat right now. It's not that funny.
Un extender qui est totalement gratos, donc voilà, on la joue. Ensuite, après ça, on a les PB Dragons. Donc ça, c'est ce que tu vas stacker avec Arvin Knight. Il est très important. En vrai, si tu veux stopper le deck, tu lui perds lui, parce que du coup, t'as pas de boss.
Alors, c'est très bizarre d'un permis, parce qu'il a déjà fait son effet,
Ouais.
mais il a un effet très important, c'est qu'il prend le nom, et quand il a pas le nom, bah c'est très chiant.
Ouais, il peut pas faire shooting majestic, donc t'as pas le boss monster, donc en vrai, c'est pas déconnant de la permis.
Ouais, voilà.
Ensuite, tu fais Samsara Dragon en target secondaire, parce que lui, il peut spam niveau 1 en plus du deck. Si t'as déjà draw d'autres targets, tu vas spam Samsara dans l'idée pour avoir un extender en plus. Lui, en gros, c'est safe plot, tu récupères un dragon de cimetière, et en plus, tu peux extra norme.
I think it's the same list.
Un gros board gas deuxième effet. Mais en vrai, le seul intérêt, c'est vraiment d'avoir un deuxième magnum.
Let's
En plus, tu as Magnamus, donc en vrai. Parce que t'en as besoin dans ton deck, mais en vrai tu vas les récupérer via la fontaine.
Okay, this is 2 Runicks plus the Stardust.
Ok, en phase toujours pour jouer un peu autour de droit, même si le deck joue pas vraiment en général. Hop, tu plugin, tu discartes une carte, tu récupères la fontaine, désolé, j'ai oublié la Tu prends fontaine, classique, t'actives ta fontaine, c'est marrant. Tu donnes ton Stardust, t'actives le cimetière, tu fais l'effet, tu vas tuto Arvin Knight. Et là tu dis, tu vas l'activer maintenant ou pas? Non, tu l'actives pas. Alors, tu veux, va faire une synchro.
Fais attention parce que Arvin Knight, c'est pas optionnel de placer, faut faire
Vraiment faire attention. Tu fais donc un dragon, parce que bah, t'as ton tuner, et ensuite tu vas activer ta destruction, tu te fais guérir. Alors dans l'idéal, si vous aviez eu, si vous aviez vu une type d'abord ou fontaine d'abord, là vous pouvez bloquer la fontaine pour récupérer la fontaine à guérir, ou faire des évacuations de fontaine, mais là on va pas, donc c'est juste une numéro 2 classique, tac tac.
Hop, on pioche des cartes.
On trouve des cartes qui sont pas spécialement relevant dans la reste de la combo. Là tu vas activer Arvin Knight, et tu vas pouvoir stacker ton deck avec le Converging.
Et si, on peut placer plus la main.
On peut placer plus la main,
Faut pas oublier ça.
C'est que sur elle. On fait 5 10, là on est au weapons pattern dans la droite, donc on fait un rose rose. Ici on a 2 triggers pour draw, le problème c'est que Converging c'est un.
Ouais, du can.
Un Wen.
Wait, Ruddy Rose? Why does it have to be Ruddy Rose?
Donc c'est pas mis donc faites attention. On va juste trigger Coral parce que sinon on pourra plus le faire après. On va piocher, fait l'effet, on va le spé, et quand ce spé il va spé Brotor, c'est le même effet. Donc voilà on est ici. Effet Brotor il va.
Why can't it be Can't it be Baron? Why does it have to be a dragon? Which one locks you into dragons? Are we locked into dragons? The 11 synchro needs a dragon. Okay.
Et là, encore une fois, dans la combo, si on a déjà eu le Bélion.
Oh, I like that. This is cool about this. It searches Lubellion this way. Oh, that's nice.
Ou bien tu le spé, tu tues rien parce que bah déjà tout ce que tu
oui, c'est déjà tout ce que tu veux.
Hop, tu mets ta petite 5 là, ici t'es protégé tout.
Si voilà, si lui a pas interagir maintenant, il a gardé ses trappes.
Voilà,
tout late,
c'est fini. Le Bélion est fait, tu refais Magna est fait, tu vas toujours bien convertir dans ce setup. Hop, tac. Et fais Magna comme d'habitude, tu fais le Bélion. Voilà, hop là. Tu fais le Bélion, tu vas chercher ta Rigen. Et là tu dis, mais en vrai, bon ta Rigen, ta fontaine, machin, si t'as pas de Runick en main, en vrai ton board pue un peu la merde. Je suis assez d'accord. C'est pour ça que là, on n'est pas là pour 5 ans, on va faire ici. En vrai, le board insane déjà. Franchement, passer ça, c'est compliqué.
Voilà, le board déjà, on voit
Voilà.
aussi que c'est fort.
C'est fort, t'as un
Il y a
Runick
Renegade,
base.
il y a Renegade, il y a
Voilà,
ça,
t'as
il y a
Renegade,
Fontaine,
voilà.
il a pioché 2, donc ça se trouve il a pioché des Runick.
Exactement, donc voilà.
Mais,
en
mais,
vrai,
c'est que le début.
En vrai, Stardust va défoncer bande, on va sacrifier. Sacrifier. C'est facile. Il est facile. Quand il est sacrifié, tu vas spare. Boum, qu'est-ce qu'on fait? L'autre niveau 1, c'est pour ça que Samsara il est là dans le deck surtout. Pour ce setup particulier, pour la combo en fait. Tu mets une 5 Axel, qu'on a vu tout à l'heure. Ici, tu vas trigger un Runick pour draw parce que tu l'as pas déjà fait avant. Hop, tu peux une carte supplémentaire, c'est gratis. Ensuite, tu fais effet Axel, tu vas dump ton assault au cimetière pour augmenter son niveau de 2, il passe niveau 7. Pourquoi c'est important? Parce que bah, lui, on est fait rapide sur le border, tu peux le synchro. Et qu'est-ce qu'on a comme fusion niveau 3? Hop, on a Munin. Ah,
Et c'est pour ça qu'il est
voilà,
important.
c'est pour ça que Munin est là. Donc, ici, c'est vraiment pour une board, mais tu vas pouvoir faire encore plus de plus. Donc là, tu vas faire effet Samsara, tu vas target ton Magnum, tu vas prendre en main. Si tu veux être opti, en vrai, tu vas target Flubélion. Parce que lui, tu veux rebound sur Regain, mais dans la majorité des setups, t'en auras sûrement plus qu'un vicial et tu peux faire rebound l'autre, c'est spatter ou quoi. Donc tu reprends en main, comme ça en plus il y a une interaction sur le parterre, c'est pas mal. T'as pas de Regain, donc tu fais un Regain, comme ça en soutenant que tu vas en plus. Donc là, dans le setup, où t'as commencé avec 3 cartes, tu finis avec 5 cartes en main, dont un tuto de vicial qui arrive.
Voilà, en une phase, il y a le tuto du vicial, donc on est à 6, donc de vicial.
Bon de vicial, et peut-être une fontaine en plus si tu passais par fontaine, etc. Donc voilà, ça c'est board. Ça fait pas de mine, le problème c'est que, en vrai de vrai, si tu joues contre ça, tu sais que si t'as pas genre 2-3 board breakers, t'as perdu parce qu'il y a trop d'interactions. Il y a trop d'interactions. Vous allez le voir si vous jouez le deck. Voilà, je vais pas vous les montrer, je vais essayer de découvrir tout seul, c'est mieux.
Et puis on se souvient, si on a un Runick en plus qui a été pioché à n'importe comment.
It's so the way I see this, I don't think this is bad, by the way. I wanna preface this. It's not over. I mean, yeah, I get that. Just right off the bat. I don't think this is bad. You can play this in Master Duel. Can you? We could try it at some point. I just don't really see how I like what my problem with it is, essentially, like my problem with it is it suffers from the same problems that regular Runick decks suffer from at the moment. Like in the current format, like your Runick decks have all have the same problems. Like you don't have a lot of non-engine, you need to draw Runicks plus tuners. If you don't, it's kind of weak, all that, right? All have the same problems. This one, on top of all that, I feel like this feels like Bestial Runick with like 5 bricks added into it. 4 bricks. Because I don't think Assault Synchron is a brick. I don't think Assault Synchron counts as a brick. But it's like, is it really that much better than Bestial Runick? I mean, the combo definitely goes over the top. You have an extra Omni. I mean, yeah, but like basically what I'm trying to say is that with Bestial Runick, I never had the problem of, hey, I need my end board to be better, if that makes sense, right? Like that's never been the problem, right? The end board is fine. Like if I go first and I have my Cartesia Runick, Quem Runick rather, like it's not really an issue, right? Not needing Quem makes it better for my wallet already. I mean, it seems like a solid, I mean, I don't want to call it a budget option because it has SP Little Knight, but it's like, how much is this deck? Like 200 bucks? It's not too bad. Like you need SP, this patter, 2 Lubellions. What? Yeah. Oh yeah, Axel Stardust as well. Yeah. But does this really need SP? Yeah. I honestly, I don't think, I mean, Runick decks were already good before SP came out, but like I have the direct comparison between Master Duel and TCG right now. SP Little Knight is crazy in Runick decks. Like I think you need it. I think you need it. But wasn't Bestial Runick more meta dependent than other Runick variants, or else Bestials are less impactful? I mean, I would actually say that Bestials are okay at the moment. Like I think Bestials are okay non-engine right now. They're good against Voiceless Voice, and I think they are surprisingly good against Snake Eyes as well. Like I think hitting either Link Karibo when they try to go for Savage Dragon, or hitting IP Masquerena when they try to go for placing it into the Spell and Trap Zone. I think Bestials are a little underrated against the fire decks. I think they're actually okay. I don't get that reference. Was that like 5Ds related? But thank you for the 26. 5Ds Team Thong? Okay, I'm not familiar with it. The deck seems cool. though. Like, it's a cool deck. I just don't think it's better than Bestial Runick. Because, like, if you compare the two decks directly, like, Bestial Runick has the same number of starters, if not more. Like, because you can play 3 Quem, and then Cartesia or Ecclesia over the tunings. You can play some more tuners if you want to. You can definitely fit it all in 40 cards. You have almost no bricks. Like, the only card that you can consider a brick is like Bestial Aluber, which you don't have to play if you wanna, like, if you don't want to. And it's like, yeah. Oh, but better end board? Yeah, but you don't need that. That's my case. That's like, you don't need this. You don't need a better end board. It's not a bad, that doesn't make it bad though. Only because it's worse than Bestial Runick does not make this a bad idea. I think it's still a pretty based idea. Runick is not good in this meta. I don't know. It doesn't rely on Runicks at all to have a board. That's not a benefit. Not relying on Runicks is not a benefit in a deck with 16 Runick spells. It's okay to rely on a Runick to make a board. Like, that's not really, I don't think that's a benefit, right? I think this won more because of the surprise factor. I don't think that's the case. I think, like, we need to get this straight. Like, Runick decks are still powerful going first. Like, if this deck goes first, I'm pretty sure it can beat Snake Eye easily. The same is true though for Runick Bestial. The same is true for Runick Furhire. Even like other Runick sprite variations. Like, if Runick goes first, it's a menace this format. Because Runick decks are really good against hand traps. And I think that's the key advantage of Runick decks in this format. Like, people are playing a lot of hand traps, and a lot of Runicks, a lot of Runick hands are really good into hand traps. Because you simply usually, like, if you draw Runick plus your secondary engine, your opponent needs like 2 or 3 hand traps to stop you. And even then, you typically end on like Runick Disruptions or Fountain Up or something like that, right? Like, Runick decks in principle are not bad. You just have to find a way to make it work going second. That's always what makes the difference between Runick being a good deck in the format or not that good of a deck in the format, right? But like, you can always enter a tournament with a Runick deck and do well with it. Every deck now runs 3 Cosmic in main or side. That's also not true. That's just not true. Like, it was a very popular card in the beginning. Right now, the pack list and all that, they go full on hand traps. They don't play any Cosmic.